Okay, so this is a proof of concept for an idea that I had where you take a video and you convert it into an Ascii image. Now, what is an Ascii image? Well, that's what you see on the left here, the big screen. It's basically using text and characters to represent images. In this case, what I'm doing is I'm taking the actual image, video itself, and for each of the frame, I'm converting it to black and white, I'm downscaling it, and then I'm taking a look at the brightness of each pixel, and that corresponds to a certain character. For example, some of the characters take up more space, they appear brighter than some of the characters which take up less space, right? And so here what you're seeing is 4 different versions of the same clip rendered at different scaling resolutions. So this one was 10%, this next one here is at 20% of full resolution. And as you can see, as we go up and up the different resolutions, it becomes clearer, it becomes easier to see, but however, it also becomes, it loses the art style a little bit, right? It's interesting to note also that the high resolutions appear darker as well, and that's because there's just more spots for black space to fill in. But here you can see the 4 of them side by side. I would say probably the third one there at about 10% resolution, that one looks the best, preserving the art style as well. Here we see another clip. This here, first one here is at 7% resolution, and here we're just looking at just some audio in the background, and on the top right, of course, you can see the original video itself. And here it's kind of hard to make out the point at which the train comes into the frame, but you'll see here in this one we have 10% resolution. It's a little bit easier to see. And you see the light coming in as well before the train comes in, and now you can see the train coming in as well on the image itself. Now this technique has some issues. For example, if the image you're looking at is already quite noisy, for example this cityscape panorama, the city itself is quite noisy. There's a lot of different pixels next to each other, and so it's hard to really make out. Even as we increase the resolution, it's really hard to make out the different buildings, right? You can kind of see it. It's one of those things where if you stand back and you squint and you know what you're looking at, you can kind of see it. But honestly, it's quite difficult for something that has so much differences. It's so noisy. Here's another clip, some motion as well, a panoramic camera. You can see at this resolution, it's not the greatest, but as we go up here, looking at 10% resolution, it becomes better. And 20%, you can definitely make it out, but at 20%, it loses some of the art style, I would say. Now here's a comparison, 3 side by side. We have our original video, we have 12% resolution and 20% resolution. Now with this one, I wanted to see how it would look in a very dark sort of lighting. You can see we're looking at fireworks. You could kind of make out the fireworks when they appear, right? But it's really hard to tell what the fireworks actually are, especially because there's no colors or anything like that. You can sort of see the glow, but it could look like a fireplace or something like that, honestly. It's quite hard to tell. You can see the splotches of light appearing when they should be. But even increasing the resolution here, it doesn't really give much more detail, much more information there. Yeah. But especially when you have just those fireworks with a little bit of a streak, you can kind of tell that it's there. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the proof of concept for this idea. I think it looks cool.